We bring you the latest updates from the Pna Newsroom. The Department of Trade and Industry, or DTI, expects most of the investment pledges secured by President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. in Japan to materialize this year. Marcos and his team secured a total of $13 billion or 700 billion pesos in investment pledges during the president's official trip to Japan. Trade Secretary Alfredo Pascual said most of the companies involved had discussions with their Philippine counterparts. Among the anticipated investments include First Gen's partnership with Tokyo Gas in its liquefied natural gas terminal project in Batangas City. Pascual said the project could augment Luzon's power needs since the Malampaya project's contract is set to expire next year. The Department of Education, or Deped, has changed one of the terms in Panatang Makabayan based on the advice of experts and linguists. In its Department Order Number 4 issued yesterday, the word nagdarasal was replaced with nananalangin. Deped said that both specialists and linguists considered the word nananalangin to be better written, more reasoned, more inclusive, solemn, well thought of, and thoroughly researched than nagdarasal. Similarly, focal persons representing indigenous cultural communities and indigenous peoples, as well as members of Muslim and Moro communities, stated that the term dalangin is more spiritual and universal. Panatang Makabayan is typically recited during flag-raising ceremonies, classes, and as part of the daily school activity program in all public and private schools, as well as Deped offices. The Sugar Regulatory Administration Board issued Sugar Order Number 6, allowing the importation of about 440,000 metric tons of sugar. The importation intends to drop the market price of sugar and ensure sufficient supply. The order was signed by Agriculture Senior Undersecretary Domingo Panganiban, Acting SRA Administrator David John Thaddeus Alba, and representatives of sugar planters and millers. Around 100,000 metric tons of sugar are expected to enter the country as soon as possible for consumers under the order, with another 100,000 expected to arrive by the end of March. The remaining 240,000 metric tons will be used as reserve or buffer stock. The order also states that any imports made outside the approved allocation will be considered sugar smuggling and will be prosecuted in accordance with the Anti-Agricultural Smuggling Act and other existing laws, rules, regulations, and issuances. Earlier, the United Sugar Producers Federation, or UNIFED, expressed support for the said imports. UNIFED is the largest sugar association in the country. Meanwhile, a measure that allows both same-sex and opposite-sex couples to enter into a civil partnership and enjoy equal rights and protection under the law has been refiled in Congress. Davao del Norte 1st District Representative Pantaleon Alvarez said he has refiled House Bill 6782, or the Civil Partnership Bill. Alvarez said the bill will protect the civil rights of persons in partnerships that do not fit traditional marriages. Among the issues that House Bill 6782 seeks to address is the lack of legal rights, responsibilities, and protections for non-traditional unions. Under the Family Code of the Philippines, only heterosexual couples can enter into a marriage, thus excluding relationships by members of the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender communities. Alvarez also noted that the proposed measure would strengthen traditional marriages, despite what critics of the bill are saying. He advised people not to dictate and intervene in the relationships of others. And that is the latest and the biggest stories from the Pna Newsroom. For more news content, visit our webpage or head on to the Philippine News Agency's Facebook and Twitter accounts. We are also shown on the social media pages of the Presidential Communications Office and on Radio Pilipinas RP1. Stay tuned for more news updates. I am William Theo. We tell stories that inspire change. Good afternoon.